Come on.
Hello, Michael.
Come on, Matt. Let's go. Nice pitch. Strike one. Is your phone ringing, Raul? First and second, 2 outs. It's 4-2. Damn it. Uh, okay. Well, thank you
Uh,
for letting us know.
Charlie, you want to start the show off?
Yes. Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Rock and Roll and the Three Amigos. I'm Charlie McGrother and I just happen to be one of the amigos. Tonight on our show, we have Mr. Thomas Bruuneli. And is there anyone else, Raul? Anybody else?
We no, just
Okay.
Thomas and us.
Okay. It's just Thomas and us. Yes. So just sit back and enjoy another hour of Rock and Roll and Three Amigos. This ought to be fun. All right, Raul. How was that? All right.
Good.
Hey guys, Thomas, do you want to introduce yourselves to the listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Um, I'll just wait until I will get
Yeah,
off
I
the
texted. I
phone.
sent you the text.
I'll wait until
Yeah. Okay. Just go on the Phillies website and get the ticket.
All right. I'll try to do that. Who's
Yeah.
going to pick me up?
Like 2:30.
2:30.
Yeah. You want me to send it
All
to you again?
Yeah, just try sending me again. I'll call back. Right. So I'll hang up and send it to me. All right.
Yeah. Can you call? Can you call
Pop
back
up.
when you get it?
Yeah, I'll call back.
It's 1-1. 1-1 count.
Can I call you in 1 hour after my show is over? It's about Sunday's Phillies game.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna wait till
Oh,
everybody's
nice pitch.
I'm waiting till everybody's ready so I can start.
That was beautiful.
So is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Thomas Bruuneli. I'm a student with William, known as Queen Logic, and I do also 3 different volunteer jobs on the side. So I got more than one. I got one paid full-time job and 3 volunteer jobs. So I'm a pretty busy guy, and also do Spice Olympics too as well.
You play with the basketball team, do you?
No, I do track and field
Oh,
instead.
okay. And what do you do with track or field? What do you like to do?
I do the relay and the pentathlon.
Oh, okay. So you must be pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
pretty fast. Well, that's cool.
But
That's
that's what
Thomas.
cool.
yeah. Believe it or not, our name of the team is called Wake It Fast.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
Tom,
Now, have you guys been as
Phillies just won.
fortunate as Williams basketball team has been?
Yeah, we actually most of my teammates and I made it to the summer games this year
Oh,
at
that's
Penn State.
excellent.
sadly, my Titans A group from my team didn't make it to Penn State this year. Sadly,
Charlie, you see what this says?
It says super.
super.
Super,
Super dad. Oh, I got it. Super dad.
and it has mine and my daughter's picture on here.
Yeah, I see her.
I
I
got
like
it from. I got it for Father's Day gift
Oh, that's nice, man.
From who was that?
from my wife and daughter.
I figured.
I like the shades. I like the shades your daughter wears. sunglasses.
What did what do what do you get for Father's Day,
But I
Charlie?
have a hard time, basically. Let's see, what did I got a card, and yeah, I got a card. They misspelled my name.
They
Mhm.
miss-
Now,
oh,
how
yeah.
can you misspell dad? I don't know.
I don't know you don't. It's three letters.
Yeah,
Three easy letters.
that's right. I'm just joking around, Thomas. I'm just
I know you are. That's what we do at work. We like to joke around at my
yeah.
free volunteer jobs too as well.
Now, what are your volunteer jobs?
Well, I volunteer with Best Buddies through Pennsylvania. I volunteer at my old high school, and I volunteer at a fire company.
Oh, okay. All right. You're a fireman. Have you gone through all the testing and all the rigor that goes learning and stuff that goes with being a fireman?
Not yet. I have been doing this I've been in the company since 2016. I have not gone for the training yet, cause if I don't pass if I don't pass the academy, like fail wise, I have to pay out of my own pocket, and I gotta make sure I study. I'm right now. I'm studying on my own before I take the class, so I'm ahead of the course so that way I don't fail. But if I do fail, I want to make sure how much it costs to pay, so I know how much I'm paying out of my own pocket.
You
But if I
you
do
you
pass, the company pays for it. So I'm
you
hopefully I pass, so I don't have to worry about paying out of my own pocket.
I have faith in you, Thomas. I think you're going to pass. You
Yeah,
get
I
the
have faith
books,
in
you
you too.
study up, and when the test comes around, you're going to ace it. What do you have to say, William? What do you have to
Yeah.
say for yourself, William?
Thomas, how long have you been in Special Olympic sports?
I've been doing Special Olympic sports since I honestly can't remember, but I know I remember my first sport with him. I do. It's been a while. I've been doing it for a while. Then I took a couple years off for a while. Like I took a while off, and then I came back in 2017. So I've been off for a while. I started like I think when I was like 12 or 13, like middle school. I was I think middle school, and then I took some time off doing I was doing it for middle school, and then most of my course my senior after my senior year, after my last sport, I took a couple years off, and I didn't come back until 2017.
Okay, you wanted to get yourself all together, get
Mm-hmm.
yourself ready, and get your mindset right to come back. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
see
Absolutely.
that too.
Now, was that the Junior Olympics you were in when you were in middle school?
No, I did Special Olympics, but I was doing the Special Olympics.
Oh, because I didn't know if they had it like a junior Special Olympics. Like,
No, I did do a sport. I did do a sport in eighth grade. At my old middle school in eighth grade. But I do remember my first sport was Special Olympics. I remember my first first sport I did was Special Olympics.
could you repeat that? What was the first sport you did with Special Olympics?
That was basketball. It was basketball in the I think it was like soccer. Yeah, it was soccer and basketball were my first two sports
Oh, okay, cool,
with
cool.
Coach Jim from
That's
Montgomery
good.
County.
And how did you do?
I did okay. I didn't even go to like the Villanova Fall Fest or the summer games. I just didn't do that part because I was wasn't didn't know anything about it. I just did it just for fun. I wasn't
Okay,
competing in it. I just then I started with then I did swimming for a while. But I
okay,
did summer games for swimming for a couple of years, and
Mm.
then I did bowling for like one session of bowling, and then just left. Now I just do track and field, which I love
okay.
track and field.
Wow, you're a real athlete. Absolutely, an all-around athlete. You are. You swim, you play ball, you do track and field. Yeah, you're an all-around athlete, Thomas.
Yeah.
That's excellent, man. Excellent. There's not a whole bunch of people that can say that. It's a
No, there's
th
not, and
so
I love doing because especially when I'm at my old high school, I love being at my old high school, volunteering back at my alma mater. Like it just feels like I know left kind of when I like working there.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad. That's excellent. Raul, do you have a question for Mr. Bruuneli?
Uh, Thomas, which high school did you go to?
I went to Norristown Area High School, home of the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, After that, do you go to any colleges or anything?
No, after that, I graduated 2016. After I graduated, I just took a couple months. I didn't start. I had a volunteer job at Habitat for Humanity. Worked for Habitat for Humanity at the Wii store for a while, and then I started with a company called SOS Cleaning. So yeah, I went right into the workforce right after high school, basically.
And SOS, what was their job? What did you do there?
SOS support group was with like schools and such, so it's like custodian work, security, stuff like that. But I did mostly like cleaning, like custodian stuff, like
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I did that when I worked for the AMP many years ago. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
yeah, I
that's
started the MCIU and then worked my way up. And my last position with them was over at Procurement Valley High School, over at PV.
all right.
What was your
Cool.
position there at Perkins Valley High School?
My position was I was contracted with the company with SOS through the regular maintenance crew and custodian. So it was like a mix. I was just in the summertime. I was a in charge of some of the students in the summertime. We had a summer program. So I was like in the summertime. I was like I had just like the third floor to do, all of the classrooms to do, except for the bathrooms. So that's all I had to do was the third floor, and then plus the cafeteria. It's in the cafeteria and also the gym. But in the summertime, we did everything except for the bathrooms. So yeah, we had a lot to do. So I was pretty much in charge in the summertime up until July 28th of 2022, and then I left there to and then October 10th of 2022 I started looking at the job I'm at now.
Okay. And did you say what the job was you have now? Oh,
I do what Will does. Basically, me and Will do the same kind of job, but I also
oh,
You're a
do
production associate.
yeah, but also I do like I also help out like on what plugs or
Fly.
and I'm also on the safety committee too. So
I'm sorry. Hold on for 1 second, Thomas. Are we okay? Is everything cool?
Yeah.
Thomas, could you repeat the last sentence? I didn't hear it.
sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
No, that's all right. I understand. Like I said, I'm on the safety committee for work too.
Okay. So yeah, man, do you ever sleep? That's what I want to know. Do
Oh,
you
I get sleep.
sleep?
Don't worry. Don't worry. I sleep. That's what the weekends is for.
Okay. Well, I just want
I
to make
don't have
sure you
anything busy.
sleep. I love that background there, Raul.
Thank you.
And there's the best looking guy in the group, the lower left-hand corner. That would be me. Is your daughter in the room with you?
Yeah.
Bring her out. Introduce her to the club.
No.
Bring her out.
No. Yeah, come. She went to the other room.
Yeah. All right. Well, what? So Thomas and William, you do the same job, or you
Yeah,
or what
production.
first?
Yeah, we do the production associate.
So
We
who packs the most, Thomas or William?
I figure it's Will because Will's
Yeah,
on top
me.
of it more than I am. I don't pack as much. I do like other
That's
things.
me.
So Will, I think Will's a better packer than I am. I have to say he does it better than I do.
Well, you say you don't do it. You don't do it as much as he does. What do you do?
I do like the belly bands. Well, that's what it's gonna be. I do the belly bands, pinning, and stuffing the sponges in the belly bands.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also do like well, I also do the trucks. I unload the trucks, and I also check the fire extinguishers to make sure they're up to date every once a month to make sure they're working.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
I
You're a
do.
hardworking man.
I do.
So's
I do.
Will.
Yeah, I do the pin, the belly bands, and the poly bags, and I put the sponges in the belly bands, and yeah, and I fold the clops.
Yeah, Richie's
Yeah.
better than I am.
Well, you guys were hardworking guys.
Yeah, except the one last thing on that I haven't done yet is pack the boxes. That's only
Yeah,
for
me
people who
neither.
work. That's only people who work longer. You haven't done it yet either, Thomas. They haven't had you
No,
done.
I haven't. I've done what you done, the pellet bags. That's about it, because I'm not there yet. I did used to pack boxes for the old product. With the old product we had, but that was a lot easier than what we got now. The first
William,
product.
how much do you pack? How much belly thing do you do a day?
Well, it
Belly bands.
depends.
If my supervisor and my manager has me do it in the warehouse, our supervisors and our manager has me do it in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the answer?
Depends
Yeah.
on how far we get on our work, like how much work we do, like how
Yeah, it
much
depends on the
speed.
day. It
Depends on the
depends on the
day.
day. If
Every
like,
day's
Depends on the
different.
day.
yeah, like today I did like 609 of them.
Oh man.
So it's like, even though I started at like 9 something this morning because I was doing something else, because we switched it up for throughout the day, job switch, it might,
Okay.
vary. So like, I was opening boxes for or order for Nordstrom whack.
Okay.
So yeah, so we got like locations all over the place. We have a website, we got Walmart, we got Giant, we are at
Nordstrom, we got Nordstrom.
yeah, Nordstrom, Amazon even. We're on Amazon too as well. So, and we're also at let's see, Boscov's too. We're at Boscov's
Okay.
too.
Boscov's. Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow. Wow. So you
Hey,
guys are supplying stuff for all of these stores. You guys got to be working pretty hard there.
oh yeah.
hey, Charlie, Raul, do you want the guys to know what I did at work today? When me and Thomas were at work today.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead, Rahul. Sure. Go
Today I
ahead,
was
Lee.
folding. I got 273 fulls, and today, this afternoon I got 321 belly bands.
You're just a working machine. You are, William.
What is a belly band? Can you?
It
Yeah,
goes around the box.
I'll show you a picture of it.
It goes around the box.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like a cardboard sleeve that
make it cardboard. Yeah,
yeah,
what
cardboard sleeve, and then we put like a with a plastic sticker wafer seal on it so it doesn't come undone. So yeah, because we had
Okay.
problems like at Walmart and such. They like customers were complaining that even though it was pinned into the belly band, the thing that the pocket thing was coming undone. So we decided add an extra step. So we added an extra step to the process.
Yeah, these are the belly bands for our job. Sorry, you can barely see it because of the light.
I'll just I have yeah.
Excuse me for a second, Thomas. Gentlemen, excuse me for a second. I have to get some water.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll be
yeah.
back in a bit.
That's belly band.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
cardboard. You were see the cardboard box in the pictures on Google Images.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we do. We put we put the belly bands together, then put a tape right there.
Okay. After, mm, and what else were you doing today?
Doing the stretch clops. It's folding the stretch clops today.
What
So
is that?
with stretch clops, it's like this. These are stretch clops actually, in the belly bands. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I fold. Actually, I'm pretty good at folding. Actually, Rahul.
Okay.
I had a little trouble from the beginning, but I got better, right, Thomas?
Mm-hmm. I'm still learning as the years go on. I have trouble with it, but I'm gonna get better as the years go on.
How long have you been working in IMS, Thomas?
I've been there since 2022, so October 2022. So this year, this year in October will be almost 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been there longer than I have. That's for sure.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah. And Raul, during the first week at work, Thomas and everyone showed me the ropes there.
Okay.
Thomas, do you remember my first week at work? I helped you guys set up for our Hawaiian party. I helped you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and you showed me the ropes with that, how to set up a luncheon party.
I actually still remember that day. That was a fun day. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Raul, remember I told you the other day that we're having a barbecue work next Wednesday? We're looking forward to that, Raul. Charlie.
He's stepped away to get water.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, guys.
so
I'm back.
William,
Okay.
do you do different jobs every day?
Yeah, it's every day I'm giving a tax each
Yeah.
day, Raul.
So,
Thomas, Dad, our supervisor and our manager and our supervisor and our warehouse manager gives us different tasks each day.
And sometimes it changes throughout the day too, because it's like a schedule.
Yeah, sometimes it changes too.
And luckily we don't work the weekends. It's just Monday through Friday, 7:30. Maybe we're both full time, so it's like 10:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But we always clean up around like 3:50 something,
Right.
just so we have enough time to clean up at the end of the day, so we don't, so we're not rushing. And
So you're ready
not
to
forget
leave.
anything.
Right. I got you. I got you.
so William Thomas,
Yeah.
what will on Thursdays, like what will your task be tomorrow?
We usually know it. We usually look on the board in the morning to see.
Yeah, we don't know. We won't know until tomorrow anyway. So it's
We
just
usually don't know until the next day. Raul.
Yeah, basically. So yeah.
Yeah. That's how it is, Raul.
And that's how I like it, because it's like a surprise kind of, it's like they surprise us kind of.
Every day they surprise us, yes.
Yeah,
So-
like every day, like which I don't mind, which I'm kind of used to it.
Well, that's cool. You have something different to look forward to every day. Now, when you were saying about when you come into work in the morning, do they hand you
That's section 242.
do they hand you a list of stuff that they want you to do?
That's section
Or do
242.
they just
No,
tell you
there's
to go
like
to
a
a certain
whiteboard,
spot?
and when you walk in, there's a whiteboard on the
Wait, let me write
wall
it.
in the warehouse. So you just go in, you
Mike,
find your name where you're placed, like on the whiteboard.
what?
So there's no
So you-
list.
Oh,
But we do
okay.
have
So
a yellow
it's up
card
on-
that we keep track of how much stuff we do. So
Oh, okay.
they have record of how much stuff we do
At
Okay.
AOL.com.
with
Wow,
a name
okay.
and date and the assignment from the time you started to the time you ended. If you
Excellent.
switch, then
Mike,
you
yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. I've
Yeah.
I've
Can you?
I've done a lot of jobs. I've
Can
done
you
a
let
lot
me
of
know when you
jobs.
get
I
it?
never
Yeah,
never actually
all
worked
right.
in a warehouse
Yeah.
per
Okay, I
se,
sent it.
but I do know one
Okay,
thing
I'll do it.
that
Let me see if,
you guys do
I'll call
work
you back in
very
5 minutes,
hard.
all right?
Yeah.
It sounds
After you
it sounds
pay,
like you guys are
just call me
excellent
back.
workers, that you go from job to job and you do your very best with every job you do. And that's the way you're supposed to be. That's excellent. Both you, Thomas, and you, William.
Thank
Both of
you.
you. Very good.
My every day when I get to work, every Tuesday, I work Tuesday to Saturday, Sunday and Monday I'm off. So every Tuesday when I get to work, my supervisor has everyone's name on the whiteboard, and on there she writes who's doing what job, who's doing what tickets. So for instance, this week I'm doing all FIFO. So FIFO means I'm doing duplicates, I'm doing real IDs, I'm doing all other, it could be anything, it could be CDL transaction, it could be permits transaction.
It's like paperwork, right? I mean, you're writing out documents for people to do what you want them to do or accept the stuff.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Accepting document and processing their transaction. So this week, today there was like, oh my god, it was too much today. Every day is too much. There's long lines every day. Yesterday we got done at 7:45 again.
Wow. And you normally get done what, 4:45?
Yeah, but after 4:45 it's mandatory overtime for us.
Right.
But
So
today,
wow.
I left at 5:30. I've been having ear pains uh, and the doctor said I have to see the ear specialist. So tomorrow I got a call to make an appointment with the ear specialist.
Yeah. Get that checked out, Raul. Stay on top of that.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can go tomorrow your day off?
I'm watching my daughter, so
Okay.
my daughter has, and luckily tomorrow me and my daughter have a day off because tomorrow is Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth to everyone, including you, William. That's your holiday,
Thank you.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, but sadly, our job is not off on June 18th. We don't get that holiday off.
June 19th.
Yeah, we don't get that holiday off. Our job doesn't get it.
But yes, and we know that. But we just want to wish you a happy Juneteenth
Thank you.
since it's African American celebration.
Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah.
Charlie, Charlie or William, can you tell the listeners what Juneteenth means?
I was it. Does this have to do with out in what's that out? What that city that where the black people had their own Wall Street and all that kind of stuff? Am I right, William? Is that what
Yeah.
Juneteenth
Yeah,
is?
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah,
right.
And they
That's
yeah.
right.
and the freaking Ku Klux Klan came through the town and devastated and created all kinds of just destruction and death just for the
Mm-hmm.
sake of doing it and to
Wait,
hurt somebody.
let me
You know.
pull it up. What it means. Um, Let me pull it up. Okay, I pulled up. Juneteenth is a federal. If anybody's watching, and if people want to know what Juneteenth is, uh, and history of Juneteenth, well, I'm gonna tell you now. Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States. It is celebrated annually on June 19th to commemorate the ending of
Oh,
slavery. The
yeah.
the ending of slavery in the United States. The holiday's name, first used in the 1890s, is a port, portmanteau of the words June and 19th, referring to June 19th, 1865, the day when Major General Gordon Granger ordered the final enf- enforcement of the Emancipation Emancipation Proclamation in Texas at the end of American Civil War. In
That's
the
right. Okay. Go ahead.
in the Civil War period, slavery came to an end in various areas of the United States at different times. Many enslaved uh, s- many enslaved Southerns escaped, demanded wage stopped at stop work, or took up arms against the Confederacy of slave states. In January 1865, Congress proposed the 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution for the national abolition of slavery. By June 1865, all enslaved person has been freed by victorious Union Army or by state abolition laws. When the national abolition Amendment was ratified in this December, the remaining enslaved people in Delaware and in Kentucky was freed.
Okay. Well, I got that mixed up with something else. I'm not quite sure what it is. What I was talking about, William? Did that sound? Did you recognize what I was talking about, or
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
You did.
yeah.
So, Charlie, what do you think about what I said?
What about Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Well, I think that since there was no telephone system going all the way down into Texas and stuff like that, there was nothing like we have today. Any slaves that were freed after the Emancipation Proclamation, it went down south in kind of an order. The further south the Union Army went, the more slaves were freed. So by the time they got down into Texas, that was the last group of slaves to be emancipated. Is that correct? Am I correct, William?
Yeah.
Rahul?
Yeah.
Thomas? Does that sound about right?
Yes.
So, Charlie,
Yes.
since you back in the days, um, how when you were in school, and um, how did you feel being separated from uh, whites and the blacks?
Well, we lived in a white neighborhood. I mean, I'll just say it flat out. We lived in a white neighborhood. I grew up in Olney, so I went to Catholic school. So I went to school with all white kids. I grew up with all white kids. That's just the way it was. I mean,
In your
and
class,
we in our own group, we had a lot of neat things going on, but it's, I don't think that forcing, this is just my opinion. I don't think forcing people to come together doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve any kind of social issue at all. All it does is that it's just people are going to stay together with the people, like themselves. I mean, uh, I think that's only human nature. And
did
I'm not and
you
I'm not saying and I'm not I'm telling just saying that's how I feel. And I just like I said, it's human nature as far as I'm concerned. Was
back in the days, did you like back in the days, uh, were you upset that everyone had to be separated, white from the white, black from the black?
no, no, that was in the South, and that's because the black kids weren't allowed to go to these certain schools, and the schools that they did have didn't have certain uh, uh, classes and whatever. It just was not a good thing. But you know, the idea of opening things up to people is one thing, but trying to force people together doesn't work. You can't if you and me were enemies, Raul, okay? If we not in, I don't want to say enemies. If we didn't get along, all right, and we were in the same room together every day, would we get along any better? No.
Mm,
I mean, think about it. Think about it. I'm just telling you how I feel that about things and how things were when I was growing up. You know, it's just the way it was, and it just there's a lot more involved in growing up in the city and just Philadelphia. Well, I'm not going to go there because it wasn't part of the question. I'll just stop right there. Thomas, did I say anything that was that sounded wrong?
No, 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 no. I was just agreeing with you. That's all. I agree with you because I before history.
When
Okay.
when Charlie, were you um, when Martin Luther King said his famous speech um, in back in the days, and when everything became normal, white became friends with the black. Uh, were you happy back? Were you happy then? That
That never really like it didn't really ever no, because it wasn't something that we dealt with, we had to deal with, or had or lived with, or whatever. It's just um, I like how you put me on the spot. Uh, I just think personally that you know the way I grew up, I didn't I none of that stuff had affected us. Plus, I was in grade school. I was in a Catholic school. No, there was no busing when it came to Catholic school, and especially the busing situation in Philadelphia, it did not happen as soon as it was supposed to. I mean, there was a lot of court battles over it. But yeah, but it didn't affect me. I lived in Olney. I grew up there. I went to St. Helena's and Cardinal Doherty. Well, when I went to Cardinal Doherty, there were kids from all the parishes around. So there were kids from different white parishes and people and kids that came from predominantly black parishes. Whatever. We all came and we all went to high school together. That was the thing. When we got to high school, there was, it's each high school had a particular area, and Cardinal Doherty, where we were at, it had an area up Alany and West Oak Lane, Logan, Fox Chase, Ronhurst, a whole bunch of neighborhoods, that put everybody together. I mean, and I guess to answer your question, when I was in high school, it didn't nothing seemed to be everything just seemed to work out uh itself, any problems itself. But there weren't any problems. The only problems that there were was during the riots back in 1968, and I was in grade school when that was going on. And that was that's a whole nother story. But I don't know. Thanks for putting me on the spot.
well,
Now I'll have a bunch of people won't talk to me.
well, there's some. Uh, we'll go on to some breaking news. Um, First news is um, William, Charlie, and Thomas. What do you think about uh, what do you think about what's going on in Iran and Israel?
Oh, that's very, very tricky ground because if Israel attacks Iran, I don't know everything that's going on, but if Israel goes a full blown attack on Iran, that could be very messy, so to speak. But
It's
you don't.
yeah. I just think that it is crazy how they're going on the attack.
First, first it was the first it was the Indian Pakistan war that was going on, and they resolved it. Now it's Iran and Israel. I think all these countries need to resolve their issues and work together. And
And just move on and put
yeah,
everything behind them.
yes, uh, it's like life is too short these days, and we don't want any more wars or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, wars are too sad, right, Raul?
yeah,
And and the problem with wars is that it's not the rich people with their kids going and fighting the war. It's the kids from the middle class and the poorer kids. They're the ones that get shipped off to battle, and uh I don't think that I'm against war. I guess I should say that right off the bat. And I don't believe in sending a bunch of kids who had nothing to do with what's going on, you know,
Exactly.
going to war. Just because somebody says we're going to war. Yeah, well, go ahead. I'm not going.
No,
None of my kids are going.
no,
That's just the way I am.
yeah, I agree
I
with you.
so
And not the news. Last Thursday, um, uh, there was a plane called Air India. It took off from Ahmedabad, India, and it was going to London. And about like when it took off, the plane started like the plane started falling, and uh, and then the plane crashed, and uh, out of 242 survivors in that plane, only one survived.
out of 242 people, only one survived.
Yeah,
The crash, that was terrible. I mean, that was just, things are just not right now. I mean, I think things are like, you know, getting ready to fall apart. And it's just, we're at that
and,
junction in history where things like this are going to happen.
and plus that that airplane that airplane Air India, it was uh, all the stuff wasn't working in the plane, like the TV wasn't working. They had some engine problem. So, and plus, after that incident, all Air India planes started to have engine problem and maintenance issues, and they had to go. Um, they had to like uh, yesterday. There was a plane from there was a plane from Hong Kong, and it was flying to San Francisco, and they had to return back because they had some maintenance issue, and plus there was another plane that had a maintenance problem. So what do you think about all the Boeing planes that are having issues? Do you think Airbus is more safer or Boeing is more safer?
Well, I think they have to learn how to inspect these planes and make sure that everything is done properly. You know, what do you think, Rahul? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree
Mm-hmm.
with that. Like people's lives are on here. Like there's in that plane crash that happened last week. There was like lots of young children, and they now they won't get to grow up and see the future, like all those young children that passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's I feel bad for them that
that's
passed away.
terrible.
Yeah, it's
That's
Yeah,
terrible.
terrible.
yeah, I did too.
Wait, I mean,
That's the reason why I don't fly right now.
Well, it it was a blast having you on the show tonight, Thomas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you enjoy being with us and
yeah.
talking with us?
Oh yeah.
Guys, thanks for
Yeah.
being on the show tonight, Thomas.
Yeah,
wait,
Yeah,
thank
no
you.
problem. It wasn't
we're
for
not
Will. If it
done.
wasn't for Will
We're not
telling me,
done yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
wouldn't have. I would never know about this if it wasn't for Will. So thank you, Will.
Wait, we're not done yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
But
we're not done
yeah,
yet.
I can't thank Will enough for telling me about this.
And
Yeah.
in the plane last week, um, there was 169 Indian nationals, 53 Britons, and 7 Portuguese, and um, and in the plane there was like uh, 15 childrens in the plane
Wow,
between
that's terrible.
ages 2 and up.
Hmm. Yeah, that that's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Mhm.
I hearing about kids dying and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I mean,
no,
can
I'm
make it
sorry.
like put a damper on one's day. It's very
Yeah. Sorry.
very
It
difficult.
makes me upset.
So, Charlie, William, or Thomas, uh, if you would prefer to go on an airplane, would you go either on a Boeing plane or an Airbus?
I wouldn't got an airplane at all, period, because I am afraid of flying.
Well,
Yeah.
I've flown a few times, and it's a little nerve-wracking getting ready to do it. But once you get on the airplane and you take off, God willing, everything is on the up and up, and you're just flying. Everything just seems to be just natural. The only problem is they've got all these chairs squished up together, and nobody can sit down properly. I don't know
Yeah,
if they
that's what
change.
I've seen.
Yeah,
Oh, are you getting to eat on the airplane, you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I got used to that when I went to Ghana. When I took a flight there to Ghana, I got used to that. It was my first time on an airplane. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a neat thing. It's a neat thing. But flying on the heels of all these air disasters recently, can kind of leave people to kind of say, maybe I'll wait a little bit. But to
Yeah.
answer your question, Raul, I think that since Boeing supplies a lot of the airplanes that fly, correct? All the
Yeah,
different airlines,
yeah,
that the best thing that they could do is continue to fly them. However, they should have someone inspecting the work as it's being done. And when they do the pre-flight checks on the outside, they have to be done exact. You can't just look at something and say, that'll be okay, and move on. Because you have all these people's lives in your hands, you know? So
yeah.
I would say that I probably fly on a Boeing airplane, because I really don't know what an Airbus is, but flying on a Boeing airplane and just hoping that I'm not going to statistic. I'm going to make it from where I am.
Yeah.
I have this website pulled up right now, and it says the top 25 full service airlines for 2025 in order are one is Air New Zealand, two is Qantas Airlines,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
three is Cathay Pacific, Qatar Airways, and Emirates. They're number three on the list.
Yeah.
Number four on the list is Virgin Australia. Number five is Etihad Airways. Number six is ANA. Number seven is EVA Air. Then it's
Yeah.
Korean Air. Then Alaskan
Uh,
Air. And I think United Air is on top 23. It's
Is
the
now are these planes that fly out of these different countries? Are there planes made in the country that they're flying out of, or are they buying planes from Boeing and using them?
I think most of these planes are, I think, Airbuses and all.
Okay. What is an Airbus?
Um, that's a good question. Let me pull it up. Um,
yeah. Before you guys leave, I have something to say to everybody.
yeah.
Okay. Uh, what do you have there, Raul?
Thomas can go first. Let me pull up what Airbus is till then.
So go ahead, Thomas.
All right. Have you guys never? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Beast Boys, but one of the Beast Boys members just passed away recently. So if anybody's a Beast Boy fan, I feel deeply sad and he'll be missed. So that's why when I found out he passed away, I was listening to Beast Boy music. So that's what I'm a Beast Boys fan deep down inside of me. So I
Yeah,
kind of miss
so
him.
was I.
Yeah.
We're all Beach Boy fans deep down inside.
Yeah.
Last Monday, or this past Monday, the 16th, on my radio show, at the album dive at 5, I played Beach Boys music. It was summer. It was I can't remember the title offhand, but it was a Beach Boys album, and it was a double-sided album, so there were 4 sides. So usually you figure that would be, that would take like an hour or so. Did
Yeah.
those 4 sides took about the same time as a normal album would take, only 2
Yeah.
sides, So, their music was fast.
Yeah.
And
So you said you work for a radio,
yeah,
Trout?
I'm a disc jockey, or at least I was a disc jockey until tonight, probably. But I'm a disc jockey at Monco Radio.
Okay, yeah, I was to B101, so
Oh, okay. Well, we're
Thomas,
what
you should listen to Charlie Classic every Monday between 3 to 6. And Charlie, he plays some good music, so you should listen to his music on
yeah,
Monday, every
yeah,
Monday from
yes,
3 to 6. William will send you the link,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
you could listen to the show.
Well, thank you
yeah.
very much. Thank you. And before we check out, Raul, after everybody leaves, I want to talk to you for a second, okay? Just to let you know. Just
Oh,
asking you. No, no, no,
uh,
no, no, no. It's no. I just want to talk to you about something. That's all.
okay. And Airbus, it's a large passenger airplane, especially one designed for like short to medium range flights, often used for frequent uh, like service between popular destinations.
Oh, okay. So it's a huge plane that goes to the tropics and to wherever there's uh something like the tropics. There's different
Yeah.
what do you call them? Well, I can't think of the word. Damn it. They're different destinations where you go, and it's a oh, somebody saved me here. Like if you went down to the Bahamas and you
Yeah.
took a trip and you went down and you stayed at a certain place. What I forget what they're called offhand,
Island, islands.
yeah. But I mean, you go and you stay in it's resort at the
Yeah.
resort. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you go to different resorts. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that with walking with Disney, with the Disneyland cruise lines back in the day.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun. All that stuff is a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Uh
before we wrap things up, tomorrow is I think tomorrow is gonna be game 6 of the NBA finals uh between OKC and Indiana. Um
So
who do you think
who's currently leading now? About to check right now.
OKC is leading the series right now 3-2. Who do you guys think will win tomorrow? Do you think OKC will close it out, or Indiana will force Game 7 in the NBA final?
Indiana because game 7.
I
Yeah.
I
think
Raul, I don't know because I know nothing about professional basketball.
yeah,
Oh,
So
yes,
I
you do, Charlie.
I
I
couldn't give
stopped
you an
watching
answer.
it right
You
now
know.
after just the Knicks and the Celtics and the Sixers are done. I've stopped after the Knicks. After the Knicks,
I think it OKC is gonna close it out. I think they're gonna beat Pacers, and OKC is gonna win their first championship.
Now, do they have the better players?
Yeah,
Do they have the best players in the league?
yeah.
Okay. And who coaches them?
The coach for OKC, his name is Marks. I forget his last name. OKC Thunder.
Hey, Rob, did you know the Indiana Pacers won 3 championships in the ABA in 1970, 1972, and 1973?
Yeah, the ABA, the Associated Basketball. No, what was it? The American Basketball Association or something
American
like that.
Basketball Association. Yeah, they won
Yeah.
3 championships those years. Do you remember seeing that, Charlie?
Yeah, yeah. There was the NBA and there was the ABA. And the ABA played with those balls that were colored, like like white and red. You know what I mean?
His,
Different
his,
red, white, and blue. That was their thing. That was
Yeah,
their thing. Is they played with that ball. And Dr. J played in the ABA for a little while.
Speaking
yeah,
of
he did with
his
the
name is
Nets.
basketball,
He was
his
with
name is
when he was with the Nets. Yeah.
Yeah.
speaking of
the coach for OKC. His name is Mark Daignault.
yeah, I kind of have a
Daniel.
cool,
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
No,
Yeah.
Mark
Okay.
Daignault.
I kind of
Mark
have a cool
Hey,
story about the
hey,
NBA
Charlie, did you watch?
basketball.
Did you enjoy watching the American Basketball Association back
Well,
in the time when we were long before we were born?
yes, I did. I enjoyed watching the ABA. I enjoyed watching the NBA. There was a lot of really good players, and it was really good. I mean, there was a lot. It was like with the AFL and the NFL. In 1970, the NFL decided that they didn't want to compete with the AFL
You mean
anymore.
the NBA decided that? You mean the
No,
NBA?
no, I'm saying it was like the same thing happened to basketball that happened in the NFL with the AFL. The NFL decided they didn't want to compete anymore, so they took in a few of the AFL's best teams. And I don't know how many, if there were any that didn't come in, but that's what they did. And then they started having, everything was the NFL. The same thing happened with the NBA and the ABA. They played so long differently, and then it got to a point where the NBA didn't want to deal with uh, going up against them. Plus, the fact is there were some ABA teams that needed the money
Hmm.
to continue. So when they were taken in by the NBA, they immediately they draw the people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Does that make sense, William? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah,
yeah.
makes sense. Thomas, did your dad watch the ABA back in the day? Do you know?
No, my dad never watched any sports. I'm the only one in the family that watches the only thing sport. The only sport. My mom only likes baseball. I like other sports. But speaking of the basketball, you guys familiar with Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Back apparently when he went to his old high school basketball coach subbed at my old high school one day, so I got to meet his old basketball coach back from the back of the day. So it's kind of
yeah.
cool, you know.
He went to Overbrook High School.
Yeah, so his
Yeah, so
high
did
school
Will
basketball
Smith.
coach came into my high school one day and subbed for my class one day.
Wow.
So that was kind of
Thomas,
cool to
uh,
meet him.
when,
So
when's your birthday, Thomas? And how old are you?
my birthday is February 23rd, 1996. I am currently 29. I'll be 30 next year.
Oh well, enjoy being 29. Enjoy being 29 because you'll never be 29 again. So enjoy every day of it.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Is that what you're turning 29? You're 29 this year, right?
Yeah, and I'll be 30 next year in
Yeah. But
February.
you enjoy being 29.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Take it from me. Enjoy every day.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I'm about to be 31 in September, 3 months from
And
now.
you look at William.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Thomas,
No, I'm
do you
kidding,
have
man.
do you have any positive words for the viewers?
Well, if anybody, if you're young and you're still in school watching this, stay in school and stay active and be careful this week because it's gonna be hot and stay hydrated, guys. So it's gonna be hot this coming week.
Excellent advice. That's the best advice that anybody's given
It's supposed to
on
be
this
hot again
show
tomorrow.
since I've been on here.
It's supposed to be hot again tomorrow.
Yeah, the high is supposed to be like the 93 or the 90s.
Yeah,
I mean, in that case, I'm going to pack an extra water with me.
yeah, a couple waters would be better.
And
That's why I'm bringing 2 water bottles for me to walk.
And the other thing too, with the sun being out, make sure everybody doesn't forget to use some sunscreen because we all need it.
Yeah, Charlie, all summer is going to be hot in the warehouse every day. And
Yeah, especially in August.
I have my own fan to bring the water.
Yeah, me
Good.
too.
Excellent.
Well, thank you, Thomas, for being a guest on our show.
Yeah.
William, you want to do the closing statement?
Sure thing.
And
Thank you,
Charlie,
everyone,
what do you want to say before?
oh,
No, after everybody goes, I want to talk to you for a second.
okay. Thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Rockin' Around the Three Amigos. Please be sure to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Bye. Have a good night. Thank you, Thomas, for being on our show tonight. It's a pleasure having
Yes.
you.
All
See you
right.
Yes.
tomorrow. See you
Thank you,
tomorrow at work.
Thomas.
You
See you
too.
tomorrow at
Will.
work, Thomas.
Bye.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
See
Bye.
ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.